All right, I'm here with Smurf. He's got a rant about battles. Let him have it.
Yeah. What grinds my gears is kind of labeling a lot of these competitions battles, or kind of. I see what people say, but just kind of say, I'm going to the battle. I'm gonna go battle. I'm battling today. I try to check my language often and say, like, I'm going to a competition, I'm going to a contest, I'm going to go compete.
Yeah, I mean, dance contest doesn't sound nearly as gangsta.
Yeah, right?
As
But that's the thing, is like nobody really is about that life.
I know, exactly.
Nobody is about that life.
Preach. Preach.
I was
Smurf.
raised in that life, but I'm never going to be like, yo, I'm going to do this or that. Because if I battle you, I'm going to get in your ass, I'm going to smoke you, we're going to go for an hour, and I'm not going to shake your hand after.
Okay, this is actually so amazing because Frantic, if you're out there in the multiverse, I feel like Frantic, in a very super respectful and subtle way that's taken me quite a while to really process, kind of checked me on exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And what it made me realize is, oh my God, I literally actually have no idea what it's like to be raised in this. Like, I really don't know. And so I want to actually like open the floor for you, kind of like in my live with Smurf kind of way, to just, because I want to get educated. And what it made me feel like is, like, if I don't know the difference, dude, think about all the kids from that country and that country that come over, like, they don't know at all. So yeah, let them know.
Yeah.
And like, let's start like at the beginning. You're born here, yeah?
Yeah, born and raised in LA. Grew up in Koreatown, right where MS-13 started. So, like, growing up, I definitely heard.
Whoa! Wait. What is our big intersection here? Like, what's the big intersection near where you live?
Normandy and Olympic.
Yeah.
Normandy and Olympic, right
It's
at that
real.
park. That was the
real.
headquarters. Yeah, my brother too. Like, my younger brother. Side note: he went to this like party, this 15, and it ended up like people like shooting each other, blood on the walls. Like, one of the most traumatic things for him that we just joke about now, but some real shit. So yeah, I grew up like hearing gunshots.
So wait. So, because like I can't even imagine this, to be honest with you. So he was at a party when he's 15.
Yeah.
And
he was a little older, maybe like 18.
Okay, sure. So he's 18. But the result of that party is that people are shooting. He's watching people die. Yeah. Or
definitely
be shot.
Yeah,
be shot.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of gang activity where I grew up, for sure. And so, seeing people shot on the floor before, like, seeing hella drugs, hella just kind of been in that life for I've never participated in any of this, and I've never been down, but just kind of through my family, friends, everything.
Dude, this is like I feel like you're like Nos, right? Like Nos was like that.
Yeah.
And there's another person like Martin Scorsese. He was in Little Italy when he was growing up. That's why all his movies are like, because he wasn't in it, but it was like literally all around him.
Yeah, everywhere.
That's crazy, bro. We had like, this is special. Like, this is a really amazing thing that I didn't know about your life. Like, it's very rare. The guy, like, I bet City of God, you know that movie?
I'm not
Brazil.
familiar.
Okay, anyway, let me back to you, man. So to connect it, you don't have to hurry into this. Please take your time, tell your story. But like the connection to that with the battle, like how that influences what you think of as a battle versus like some suburban kid like coming out and like, I'm battling. I'm going to the dance battle. You know, like
Yeah, the culture out here is hella different. Specifically with testing people with this fake hyper aggressive behavior that kind of happens a lot in popping, especially outside of what I've seen from LA. There's a lot of like this, like, I'm gonna smoke you and I'm gonna beat you down, but I'm gonna shake your hand after. And to me, that's like, those are some very strong feelings to fluctuate in and out of this like disingenuous, almost hatred. Um, that and then I don't know. For me, it's very difficult to just flow through emotions like that, where it's either
Oh, interesting.
I'm very genuine about how I feel about things, and if I don't
Interesting.
fuck with you, I'm not gonna go up to you and shake your hand. I'm not gonna say hi to you, and likewise, like there's no disrespect,
Wow.
but I'm also not gonna be fake about it and then just give you a handshake and say some shit behind your back.
I
Um,
feel like you're helping me understand. I mean, I hope nobody's offended by this, but I feel like you're helping me understand Kid Boogie and Frantic too, because the way
yeah,
you're talking, when I take that way of thinking and I put it on the two of them, I'm like, oh, that helps me understand
yeah,
them a lot better. And I think what's so interesting is, I think this is really important that people understand this. Like, whatever, however we move forward from it, like that's up to people, but like I would say in my experience, most of the culture at this point literally has, like, they can only read books
yeah,
about
yeah,
what you're
yeah, yeah,
talking about,
100%.
but what you're talking about is the energy and the people and the culture that made the thing, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
And so if you don't, in anything in life, if you don't connect to the culture of something deeply, your connection to the thing that the culture does is gonna
Yeah,
come off to those people a
yeah,
little bit like, yeah,
yeah. You're a
really,
little corny.
you're the
You're a little
tough guy.
corny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to relate it, like I don't know, to me, it's like you don't test people. You don't know what people are capable of, and when people come at certain people or even at me sometimes with this hyper aggressive behavior, it's like you don't know me, you don't know my experiences, you don't know if I have PTSD and can react immediately to what you're doing, and then it's gonna be the conversation is gonna be, oh, but it's just dance, and it's like, yeah, but then you disrespected my space, and it's like, and that's how I grew up, that's how my uncles were, that's how my family was, like you disrespect me and like it's immediately gonna be some violence, and I'm not that kind of person, and I don't like to project that, but that's why I try not to test people either, because I just know the people I grew up around, and it's just not something that was favorable to me. Because I know if I tested somebody and I got my ass beat, it was like, all right, well, I kind of had it coming because I'm over here talking shit. When it has happened, people have had to check me growing up. I got into scene hella young as a teenager, and like people, I would talk hella shit online, and I had a fucking terrible reputation, and people had to come and check me and be like, "Yo, you're talking hella shit. Let me put you in your place." J Rock was one of them. He fucking smoked me in a cipher, and I was just like too young, too fucking scared to do anything about it. Um, and just that's
So
growing
I
up
want
in
to say
LA.
that's a thing. That's a whatever anyone has ever said about J Rock. That's a thing about J
Yo,
Rock. He shows up in
he'll
the
he'll
circle
be in there.
and he'll
He's
go.
in there like swimwear.
He'll
Faux show.
he'll go. He'll just go.
Yeah.
Oh, can you keep going? Can you keep going? And
He
so
got range. He
respect
got
that.
stamina. Like, and that's something I learned out here
And
too.
Styles.
Like, if you're gonna go at it, you're gonna go at it. Not 5 rounds, not 10 rounds. Like, even battles back then, like OGs, the way they battled, they didn't battle like I'm gonna throw around, you're gonna throw around. It was like, let me show you my move and you show me your move, and we're gonna trade moves and we'll see who has the most moves. And to them, those were styles and concepts. Whereas like, oh, I have monkey tuts or I have these kind of tuts, and to us would be like, oh, that's a concept that I can expand on. To them was like, no, this is a style that I do. And then they would just trade moves, and like I know people who would just have notepads of all their moves, um, just written down, and like they can go through their shit, and they have like crazy vocabulary. Um, and so to me, like battles are like, if I'm gonna battle you, it's gonna be like I'm gonna smoke you. I'm gonna let you know why I'm better than you, and we could call it a day. Like, I'm not trying to be your homie. I'm not trying to shake your hand after.
But so then, what I'm thinking is if like most of the culture is from a different background than this, right? And what they're accustomed to is like, yeah, like you act tough, like in that, and you
Yeah.
and the reality of people that come from that kind of background is they have their own emotion too. They have like aggression, but maybe it hasn't. It it's almost like, frankly, it feels like it's almost like PTSD. Like if you because if you've actually experienced actual life and death things on multiple occasions or seen it around you, I feel like those ideas of where things can go in life are way more
Yeah.
real for you.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just like a soldier,
100%.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's real similar. You're in a war and you see stuff, and it's like you see that, like, if you've never seen that, I've never seen that, right? If I've never seen that, like, it's like theoretical. It's all like,
Yeah.
yeah, like in the Tupac movie, it's a thing that happens in movies or something. But so my question then though is like, I feel like they do that at UFC, which is like a fighting. It's like a literal fight. But a lot of times, at least afterwards, I mean, some dudes don't.
Right.
But a lot of times, it's like, dude, wow. Like,
Yeah.
we just
Respect.
went there.
For sure.
So what do you think about that? And that's like fake. I'm saying that's a real fight, right? Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I respect it. Like, those are my personal.
Yeah, sure.
But
sure.
I also, there's also a paycheck at the end of that
Sure.
that handshake. Like, I'm not getting paid. This is more of a pride thing, where I feel like the rhetoric that people stayed out of trouble through dance back in the 80s, back in the 70s, is not very true. Like, a lot of the homies, the OGs that I've spoken to are like, no, we would go to other hoods, we'd wreck people, and we'd be prepared for a fight because people would get salty and people would immediately throw hands. And it's like, I personally know like OGs that are still in the scene that like would constantly get into fights because they were some of the best, and people would get very upset when they lost. So even just come growing up with a lot of that, like, especially OGs, they fucking love to talk. They love to talk. They have so much shit to say, and that's how I grew up. I was like a teenager, just hanging out, just going around street performing with them, or just in their car, and they're just telling me hella shit about hella things that they experienced and just their stories. I was hanging out with Money B like 2 weeks ago, and he was just like, talking a lot about Tommy Boy and like his stories.
That's funny. I was thinking, because I'm working on a video about Domino, R.I.P. And
from MGF?
No, from Boston. And
right. Rest in peace.
And he had one of his classic battles was against Tommy Boy. And I was like, dude, I've been thinking, I was like, dude, I want to get Tommy Boy in here. I can only imagine that dude's stories.
Dude.
I can only imagine. I want to keep going on this though, because to me, for me personally, this is a really important discussion, because the vast majority of the culture from this point forward is not going to be from any kind of hood situation, right? And at least that's the trend. So, but the dance comes out of like a hood culture, and what is that relationship? Because I feel like this gets into everything that's happening right now with like cultural appropriation and culture vultures, and like, how do we keep the culture progressing forward, knowing that it's no longer ever likely to be a hood culture again, because it's just so big now. Yeah. And at the same time, make the people that created it feel like they're being like it's good the way that's it. They feel, because the thing that I'm hearing from you is that the way that the contests are and stuff like that, you're not necessarily feeling like it's like if it keeps going in this direction, like that's super good.
No, I definitely think that's definitely the move. Like, for me personally, that's what I enjoy about it too. Like, just the competition aspect of it. To me, that's cool. Like, even if I don't agree.
So you think so really you just think people should stop fronting?
Yeah,
this
like,
is some
just
kind of battle.
don't fake the funk. It's like, we're just having fun. Like, be confident. Show me that you're wired the shit through your movement, but don't disrespect my space. Don't throw guns at me. Don't.
So then what about the green tech thing, man?
Like I said, that's not something I would do. I'm not about it. I think
know what would be tight, actually? I don't know. This could be the dumbest thing I ever said, but I feel like Green Tech is doing. This is how I feel right this second. Please feel free to disagree with la 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 la. We'll see how if I keep thinking like this, but I feel like what Green Tech did was so dope because it brought the hood culture to the suburban culture. It's like, you're calling it a battle. I'm battling.
Right.
What?
Right.
What do
I
you
feel
want? And that maybe suburban culture is too fucking soft. No, you cannot disrespect like you
Right.
like these are the rules. It's like, bitch, there's no rules. The fuck you, it's a dance battle. You know, and
Right.
that is what his, like, people associate that so much with, like, oh, but then there'll be violence everywhere. Maybe, but it does, like, that didn't, like, maybe instead it'll be like people have to man up, like, no more bitches around.
You embrace
like,
all of it, or you know,
exactly.
you don't pick and choose.
Yeah,
like.
yes. That is how that was so beautifully said. You, sir, are a poet and a scholar. You embrace it all. You don't pick and choose, because picking and choosing is kind of corny. And I say that as both a statement and a question, because I do think that there's a real possibility there are like things I'm overlooking, but that feels in my gut right to me. And that's what the whole culture vulture thing is. It's like, you just want to take the part you like and erase the part that you're like, that's a little bit too urban for me. You know, it's like, bitch, well, what do you want? And then you want them to change.
Yeah.
You got to change because it's too, I like, you know, I like the ethnic food, but, you know, yeah. And I do think that that's kind of like, I think that would answer a lot of things in the world, because I think that goes for a lot of cultures. The culture that you go into, there are cultures. This is globalism and nationalism. There are cultures, and they have their perspectives, and you got to respect them. It's not a global culture. The global culture is made up of tons of different cultures, and when you go into that culture, it's on you to respect it. You know, it's you to ask, like, how, not to claim like, oh, it's my culture now. I'm part of the culture too.
And just even to acknowledge that popping is a cultural dance. You know, it is 100% a cultural dance. And so with that culture, you know, there's goods and there's, you know, cons.
Like all cultures, man.
And you embrace everything, or you know, you just kind of just stick to it being a competition and just, you know, enjoy that and have fun within that, and don't take it too seriously, and please don't get upset
and don't kid yourself
if you lose, and be honest about your shit, you know. Like, because even me, I've had to check myself. I get upset occasionally when I lose, and I've had to set my own things that I, you know, regret now as I'm getting older. But yeah, just also this concept of getting upset after you lose, it's kind of corny, you know, like, you're putting yourself in that situation, like, handle it and then take your L, even if you feel like you didn't lose, because there have been plenty of times where I feel like I didn't lose, or that the other dancer is definitely not on my level, but I can see why they took the round. Like, their just presentation was better in those 45 seconds, but it doesn't mean that, you know, they have the range that I do. And then sometimes I myself have put myself down where I'm just like, oh man, I'm trash because I couldn't perform in these 45 seconds, when it's like, you know, I'm more of I can hang for a whole hour and
that's the real shit.
Kill that shit.
MT Pop, Jordan. I want to actually I feel like I got to get this off my chest. I'm so shocked that I'm about to do this, but yo, I want to be super real. After my battle with Devious, and I did the thing and the commentary, as I thought about it, he cut the footage, bro. I was in his face like, what the fuck is up? Oh, and he cut it. And I was like, whoa. It didn't dawn on me until later. I was like, I'm not scared. I was in his face, chest popping hard. And Slim was there. Poppin' Prince from France was there. Kid Boogie was there. Madness was there. Jay Smooth was there. Icon was there. Dude, Johnny Five, like, everybody. No, don't be a bitch and try to pretend that shit didn't happen. No. That happened, and there's hella people that can verify it, and that is faking the funk. I fuck with what you did completely. You don't like what I say? Come out. You didn't try to punch me, nothing like that. You kept it dance. but you weren't fucking around. I super respect it. But after to cut the footage, that's what they would expect I would do. That's what they expect the corny white boy to do, dude. So I'm just saying, like, that it go. You know what I'm saying? It goes both ways. It doesn't. What you have to respect is the culture, not the color. For instance, like different people from outside the culture, ethnically, culturally, whatever, can actually do a better job potentially repping the culture than people from the culture if they really are true to the culture, because the culture is like a values thing. It's like a mental, spiritual, emotional thing. It's not only where you're born or what color your skin is.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's why I want to say to people that aren't from the culture, like, yeah, you be a part of it. Like, dude, people are really cool and open, and at the same time have that respect and rep it. Like, really, if you're gonna rep it, rep it. That's how I felt when Devious called me out. I'm like, all right, dude, I'm in this fucking cult. Like, this is how it goes down. Like, what am I gonna? No, I'm sorry. This is an unacceptable behavior, and I just made comments on the internet. And it's like, nah, dude, let's fucking do this. All right.
Were you nervous when all that happened?
No, I was calm.
You chilling?
I was calm, but I got super insecure when they heckled me.
Yeah,
Johnny Five and
so
the other
at
dude
that.
heckled me,
They're
and I was
so
like,
good.
I've never been heckled before, like openly heckled.
That's the shit
like,
too. That's part of the culture too, where
Yeah,
it's like,
for
you
sure.
ain't shit.
For sure.
You trash.
For sure.
You ain't on beat, bro.
For sure.
Why you trying to step to me right now? Like, that's my favorite part.
Yeah, in fact, I want to invite. I hope somehow someone gets this video at some point to Jordan, because Jordan trains people like this, where he just talks shit, and when I heard that, I was like, oh my god, I'm so scared of that. And one of his students, Julian, he went through it.
Young Julian.
Yeah, young Julian, and
he's very honest.
Yeah, and he said that he broke him like the first couple rounds, but he got way stronger like by the end of it, and was able to go through it and dance hard with somebody telling him he's whack.
Yeah,
like, dude, that was trash. Like oof.
Yo,
That's
I love
so
when
scary
people do that
me,
to
bro.
me.
Nobody's ever done that to me.
people do
We'll
that
have
to
to do
me.
that at some point. All right. So anyway, good. This rant is done. That was so tight, dude. This is live with Smurf. We just did live with Smurf, like fucking impromptu blunts and battle style. Sup?